Hello everyone, welcome to Homeschool Autism Life. My name is Jamie and today is a beautiful, overcast, rainy, dreary day. This is the first time in a very long time that I've been able to make a hot cup of tea and wear a light sweater, and I'm just enjoying it so much. I hope whatever your weather is, you are enjoying it. It's just been so hot and muggy in our house for the last few weeks, and so it's really nice. I don't know if you guys have that happen where you're like, oh, I can make a cup of tea, but I have been feeling it. So this week's video is about a math curriculum that I found that I am so super excited about. Number one, because it's free. I love free. I was able to print it out. I will leave a link to it down below for anyone who's interested. But I'm also really excited about it because it kind of solves a couple of problems I've been having. Now, if you've watched my curriculum videos, I will leave them linked down below. I mentioned that math has been a struggle with Mr. Darian, my 14-year-old autistic child, and that's just because it takes a very long time. There's no other way I can fit it into our day based on how he sleeps, how he does in the morning, and then that I'm homeschooling my typically developing daughters who, if they take a little bit too long, then I don't have time to fit in the 2-hour math session with Mr. Darian. So it's been one of those things where I have been struggling and actually praying about how to solve this problem. And this curriculum came up, and I'm so excited about it because I truly feel like it is something that will actually help me do two things at one time. So I call this, and I'm not sure how I'll title this video, but it's like a sunrise math curriculum. It wasn't written that way. I don't think this lady has any idea about the Sunrise program, but I could play these games or do these things with him in his playroom, and I think that he would actually enjoy them. They're very short little lessons, and I truly feel like he will enjoy it. So what exactly am I talking about? This is the front cover. It's Canadian money. Oh, the other thing I was going to say is, while I think that this is specifically written with Canadian money in mind, the flashcards are Canadian coins and bills, I really truly feel that most of these pages, or some of these pages at least, you could just print the ones that you want, laminate them, which is what I'm going to do. I haven't laminated them yet just because it's hard with the light and everything for everyone to see, so I left them blank for right now. But I'm really, really excited. You could buy your own in your own little countries. In your own countries, you can buy money kits that have your specific dollars or pounds or whatever, and then do these games the same way, or photocopy your money. Like, you could do a whole bunch of different things and utilize the same exact curriculum. This was written in 2015. We don't actually use pennies in Canada anymore. So again, it's another thing that I can add to this curriculum is the rounding that we do now in Canada. But I'm also going to be photocopying these to like 70% of the size. You'll see in later pictures that I show you. I think that these are just going to be too big to actually use in the blocks that she has. So I'm going to shrink it down and then laminate them and use them in a little money tin. But all of our coins and then all of our bills are there. The bills should be okay in size, but she has all of our bills, and I know it's colorful. Americans laugh at us. But it's all good. Monopoly money is what my stepmother from the US calls it. But But it's really good. It's by, it's for grades 3 and 4. That's what she kind of has it as. But I think for a special needs person, the way I'm going to be utilizing it, I think it's a curriculum that you could use long term. And, oh yes, my brain just suddenly remembered I needed something. Yeah, so this is by Leanne House. And like I said, she just put it up for anybody to come across and be able to print the PDF, and it's awesome. So that was the first thing that I wanted to show you, was this. And then she has some pages that, like I said, might not be utilized or be able to be utilized in other countries, but for Canada, there's a lot. So she has these ones where without touching the money that you've made, you actually learn to count. And this is where, like I said, we'll be able to use the rounding. There we go, my brain. We'll be able to use rounding because there's pennies in here, and we don't use pennies in Canada anymore. And so we'll be able to actually utilize that skill. And she has, like, I don't know, 14 of those pages. It starts counting up to $10, and then it goes up to $100. So that was cool. And then she has these pages, and these are the pages that I would start laminating and being able to use on a semi-regular basis. But you're taking those coins and bills that I showed you earlier and putting them in here. And then, like I said, placing them on there with MacTac or something like that. But we can actually build the amounts that she has, and then you write in there how much once you've taken them and put them there. So I'm really happy about that. This is another one where it specifically shows items that you could purchase and what their prices are, and then how much money you would need to do this. So again, another one that I don't know if I would MacTac. I don't know if I would laminate this one, but definitely it's one that I really, really feel is worthwhile and worth doing. This one's just Show Me the Money is what it's called. And using the least number of bills and coins, make the money for $4.54. $6.35. And again, we're just going to be rounding because that's the way we do it in Canada now. But it'll be good for him to actually build these up because, again, in an environment where you're not having a lineup of people waiting for you to actually do this, it gives him more confidence. He'll be able to do that in the store one day, hopefully very soon, but then it won't be this, huge pressure because he's not practicing it while there's a huge lineup of people. And so these ones would definitely be ones that I will laminate. They also go up to $47.15. So these are all things that we can actually build upon and use several times in the Sunrise Playroom. Yes, $98.92 is one of the bottom ones. So this is why I said I was probably going to shrink them down and then use just like sticky tack or something to tack it onto the page instead of gluing it down and only being able to use it once or twice. I want to be able to use it many times and practice writing his name and the date. Again, like all of these things I could actually utilize in the playroom, and instead of what I have been doing, having math and then playroom, doing it all together. This one is show me the money 2 ways. So then it has you do it 2 different ways. Using different monies to get to the same amount. So that one was cool. It also goes up quite high. Then this one, I wanted to start introducing Darian to a calculator, and I got this one from Amazon. I will link it down below as well. But it's got nice big numbers, and I felt like some of the other calculators I already had, A, were black and boring, but B, they had so many other buttons that he is not going to utilize, at least at this point. And so I wanted something that was big and bulky. I don't actually have a battery in here, but it's big and bulky, and then it will be able to give him a little bit more, I don't know, again, life skills. This is life skills. You need to be able to do the adding and subtracting when you do your own budget. And one day that will be something he will have to be able to do or will need help with. But I want to give him the chance to learn these skills now when he's 14 years old, and not try to be teaching him that when he's 25. So this, again, goes up a little bit higher, but we will utilize the calculator a lot. This is the one that I love, and this is the one that I think is perfect sunrise playroom game. So this is at the cafeteria drinking items. So this will be laminated by moi. And you could very easily substitute some of their favorite foods, the things that they love. Thankfully, there's a few things on here that he does enjoy already, or that he knows how to, like, you know, that would probably, he'll call that green lemon pop, or the cheeseburger. He doesn't eat cheeseburgers, so I might change the pizza into chicken fingers and french fries and green lemon pops that he gets from A&W. So things that I can make it particularly, hi you, for him. And then the next page, so this is the menu. The next page is, and again, I could change the name to Darian or Sam or whatever, but he wants to purchase an apple juice and a hot dog for lunch. How much money does he need in total? And and like I said, calculator will come in handy there. And yeah, there's several pages of this that they reference this menu off of, and so I'm really excited. I will probably change some of the words just to fit Darian's personality and the things that he particularly likes, but I love that I can do a school thing in the playroom, and it's two birds, one stone. Love that. And it solves the problem that I've been having for this last year. So again, adding amounts up to 100. So again, calculator and pencil work, which I think is good for him. And then this one is another one at the clothing store. So again, I will probably change out the skirt and the high heels because Darian doesn't really need that. But how much do things cost if he wants to get a new shirt or his shoes need to be replaced? How much? And then they have some pages where somebody goes shopping and gets some tops and some shoes, and he needs to add those up. So again, laminate, dry erase marker, woo, we're good. Or chalk pencils work as well. Yeah, so the nickels, how many nickels are in a loonie? So this is a little bit more skip counting, by quarters and nickels and dimes. This one is making change. So again, like, they're doing a lot of stuff that will be helpful for him in later life to know about how much change should I expect if I give somebody $5, I'm buying something that's $5.80, about how much change should I expect so that I'm not taken advantage of. Love this. Again, this was the cafeteria, so they have a few extra pages for that. Making change in hundreds, so for up to 100. So Jennifer buys a doll and pays with a $50 bill. What kind of money should she expect back? This one was lots of fun, and I will be laminating these as well. But this is use your grocery store flyers that you have brought to home, glue 2 items or sticky tack in the column on the left, and then show you're adding on the right to find the total cost. And this one will again be a calculator thing, just because I could do it, he could do it just using his Matthew C blocks, or we can use a calculator in his playroom and just write it with, like I said, a chalk, what are these, the chalk writer. If you don't find the, what is that called? Dry erase markers. See, my brain just needs a few minutes to get together. The other thing is write the dollar amount. So you've got $4.73, so that they're practicing writing their own from the words. And then there's a couple little fun things like designing your own bill, or doing a money word search. So what I'm really, really, really pumped and excited about when I found this particular curriculum is it can marry Darian's playroom time with something that we have struggled to do in school. Again, one of the things in the place where I live is we need to have some sort of proof of paperwork for our homeschool facilitator for the government, all of that kind of stuff. And I had a very small amount, and my facilitator was awesome and she understood, but it was one of the things that, again, she needs to kind of go, this is what the situation is. And what I love about this is that I think that I'll be able to do both. I will be able to do his math, but also do it in a Sunrise friendly way, less book learning, less computer intensive, less time to try and get him to stay focused on it, and more time because he's motivated by the foods that he eats, by the clothes that he likes, all of those things, but also will just help us to be able to shrink that amount of time. 2 hours to do math is a long time, and while I did it in a sunrise sort of way where I just kind of played with him and allowed him to take his pace, unfortunately I don't have 2-hour blocks often in order to make that happen. It was usually at the beginning of the year, and as the year got harder for my typically developing daughters, we ended up just letting it go. So I hope that this has been helpful to some of you. Like I said, I truly believe that some of these can be used for many different countries if you have the ability to get a hold of your currency and then just plug it in for the way you have, just change the pound sign or the dollar signs into pounds or whatever. But I hope that this has been helpful. I hope that you find some use in this. But I'm like, Sunrise Math Curriculum, love it. Have a wonderful day. Have a good homeschool day. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.